Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me today to talk a little bit about Luminis' new product called Pelican. I'm going to give everyone just a few more moments before we get rolling here. All right, everyone, I'm just going to test my audio again. Hopefully you can hear me. If you want to give me a note in the chat if you can or you can't. I just want to make sure we're all good here before we get rolling. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, so good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name's Tara Wall. I am the sales director for Luminis. You may work with your ASM who covers your territory. Maybe that's Candy Welch, Perry Nooner, or even Stephen Roth, or perhaps Matthew Caratalo up in Canada or international. But we're really excited to share this presentation with you today about a product that launched just a couple months ago, back in October. And I think you're really going to be quite excited about it. But before I get into further details about that product, I wanted to just share some information about the brand update that Luminis went through just back in September and really what it's all about. So Luminis has been around for over 40 years at this rate. So it really felt like the right timing to go through this brand refresh. So we kind of settled in on the tagline of architects of modern lighting, really because quite simply that is exactly what we do. But what we're doing is meeting form with function and really bringing these spaces to life. So it's so much more than just a decorative piece, but really placing illumination exactly where we want it to go and bringing those solutions to the specification community and allowing them to use our products, our families of products, to really kind of create their design from A to Z. So our approach, what we're really looking at is to empower our designers through the product offering. So we really believe in the power of light to evoke emotions and to really narrate some of those stories. We still believe in the curb to cube approach, the family approach, that still remains. New brand refresh, we're still committed to those same pillars today. So The vision, continuing to elevate our spaces, and then also using our products to really leave that lasting impression from the very first step that you arrive at a particular application. And then to kind of just to further, just kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek of something that we have been working on was a brand refresh video that really embodies everything that we have been working on. And I want to share it with you right now.
It's not just about a logo, it's about the entirety of what we do.
So that literally the brand could align with the incredible quality and the design of the products.
And I think that's what makes Luminis really special.
I like to think of them as the architects of modern light. And what that really means is that if you look at Luminis designs, they have a timeless European quality to them.
But what I was really surprised about was to understand the performance that is also tied into the beautiful aesthetic of the products themselves.
Yes, we do lights, but we care about one thing, and that's the user within a space.
From the beginning, this interaction with the design community and that connection has been key. They're trying to create this amazing experience with light. So we're really a tool that they use to help bring their design to life, to bring their imagination to reality.
And then also try to get an effect, a specific effect that will trigger an emotion.
And really challenging and pushing the status quo of any sort of lighting, but especially that lighting that flows from the inside to the outside.
Everyone in this building is really passionate about what they do, whether we're talking about people on the assembly line, product, design, sales. Everyone's really confident in their craft.
We come to be a very close and very tightly knit family.
The cultures and ethnicities here also fuel the design.
These are the elements that are actually transpiring through this logo.
Which kind of brings us to today with our brand refresh.
We try to align with what we're trying to do with our design. Have more of a European feeling, more simple.
It feels fresh, it feels posh, sleek. It really embodies everything that Luminis is as we move forward.
And you can get and you can feel that effect, sometimes without even noticing it. You won't see a change that will be dramatic, right? You'll get the same essence, the same look and feel. Very simple, very honest.
We're very creative and we're actually very brave. And we're always trying new things and really pushing the envelope of what's possible.
Sleek, elevated.
Durable, performance.
Authentic. We are the architects of modern light.
All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. It gives you a little bit of a sneak peek into who we are, what our culture is like, and a little behind the scenes footage of what it's like at our facility up in Montreal. And if you haven't been up there, we definitely invite you this year to take a visit to our facility. We would love to show it off to you. So let's get into it today. What we're really here for is to talk about our new product called Pelican. You do have a resource in the control panel, which is all about the Pelican brochure, a really nice piece that we created that gives you all of the highlights of this product. And of course, definitely visit our website for spec sheets and all of that technical information. So before I kind of get into about the new Pelican, I thought it would be appropriate to go back in history for a moment and think about the old Pelican that launched in early 2000s, actually 2006. So when we had been talking and brainstorming about developing new products, we started to reminisce on some of our legacy products that had been tried and true for a while. And when the original Pelican launched in the early 2000s, this design was actually quite ahead of its time. So we thought to ourselves, how could we take this same notion, some of these similar lines, and bring it into present day with all of the added technology and lighting control that we have? So looking at the original Pelican, and I just thought it would be fun to share with you some of the original spec sheets that we had of this product, of where we were back in that time frame. Looking at the product, we had two wings, aluminum construction, and then we had those two triangular pieces where the lens was sitting with the optics and then connected to the driver box itself. So the lamp that was used was metal halide at the time with about 70% efficiency. And then you had that kind of illuminating up towards that wing and reflecting off. So this is where we were, really just one distribution type. And as far as our output, very limited options where we were. And we did complete a number of pretty cool projects with this fixture itself. So one of them being then called the University of Phoenix Stadium, later called the State Farm Stadium, located in Glendale, Arizona. So kind of an interesting story behind this particular stadium. When it opened in 2006, it was called Cardinal Stadium, but then later that year, University of Phoenix acquired the naming rights of the stadium, and they were actually on a 20-year naming rights agreement, but was then broken by State Farm in 2018, now called State Farm Stadium, and also signed an 18-year naming rights deal. So these still exist today. I have seen them in person. I'm actually located out of the Phoenix area currently, and these are still standing today. Just a really cool piece that is part of the stadium design. A few other applications that we completed with the original Pelican. This is a really fun one. Maybe some of you have been there with your families, SeaWorld Adventure Park in Orlando. And this one you can see that we did do some REL colors, a really fun hot pink with a green, really plays into just the overall feeling of SeaWorld itself. And you can, if you can, I spy it in this application shot here to the right-hand side, you can see Pelican as well. Couple outdoor application shots, and then also just one interior one. This is Seminole State College in Sanford, Florida, where I wanted to show how a product like this could be used in an interior application. And I know we work on lots of university and healthcare projects that do have some of these larger atriums where maybe we would use present day Pelican in some of these applications. Just an interesting design and a great way to kind of bring forward and some consistency. You can kind of see lower at some of those desks, they have some similar winged style products as well. But let's get into it. Let's get into our beautiful new Pelican fixture with clean organic lines, really just designed to embrace the entire space. So the key thing with this product is uniform illumination and minimized glare. We have a lot of opportunity with this product here to go into so many different applications, whether we're talking commercial spaces, university campuses, so many of these spaces where we have mixed use, shopping and exercise and walking and plazas. It all kind of goes together, and it would be really great to have a uniform illumination transitioning from one area to the next. You know, it's quite common that we see some of these outdoor living rooms or living spaces that really encourages communal gathering, shopping and eating and whatnot. But this product is allowing us to add a new level of sleek sophistication with no hot spots and minimized glare, allowing very ease of transition from a parking area all the way through the walking area. So when we are looking at this product, there are two spec sheets, pole mount and wall mount. You have a dual head, a single head, and then of course that wall mount. I wanted to point out that our pole mount products are able to mount to either a 4-inch or a 5-inch cast aluminum pole. And those are on, the poles themselves are on separate spec sheets. So it's not just compatible with Pelican, compatible with many of our other fixtures, Eclipse and Maya, Claremont, all of that good stuff. And our standard pole offerings are available up to a 20-foot tall option. If we need to go higher, we can definitely talk about some of those other options that we can provide for you. But also as far as the installation goes on these, very easy installation as far as the poles go. They're using a number 20 drill pattern template on these, super straightforward, can't get much easier than that. But these are the products that we'll be talking about. This is the family that we are looking at today. So looking into some of the advanced options that we do offer within this product family, You have your standard color temperatures, you have your different outputs, including 347 and 480 volt if necessary. Nlight Air. So Nlight Air, that option would be integrated into the fixture head itself, and then just a little tiny antenna on top of the product itself. When we're talking the photocell is through a 7-pin receptacle that's also going to sit on the top of the housing itself. And then the motion sensor is a microwave sensor that is going to be embedded inside of the luminaire. You won't be able to see it and will be completely concealed. And we do have some of those emergency options with the wall mount as well. Standard finishes, color matching, RAL, marine grade finishes, those are all listed on the cut sheet and are available to you. I will get into a little bit about the different distributions in a few later slides. We'll dive into that. But you can see it is standard. We have this curved design to the product, and that is done quite intentionally in order to get that really nice distribution and uniformity with this product. So let's look at some of the nitty-gritty details of this product. When we are looking at the drivers and where are those drivers actually sitting, those drivers are going to be integrated into the main housing. Now, if you want those drivers to be remote mounted elsewhere, that is definitely something that we can talk about accommodating as well. I want to point out for a moment the arm casting. It is very beautifully designed, very smooth, nice attachment to the pole itself. And really notice there is actually no exposed hardware anywhere to be seen on this entire fixture, really giving it a very flawless and minimalistic look. The actual lens itself goes from one side to the next. This is an 18 by 24 inch fixture itself. And you have lens end to end. You're not going to have any hot spots on this whatsoever. It is an edge lit technology that we are using here, and we are getting over 18,000 delivered lumens. And I know some of you folks on the call today were able to join us at Next in Atlanta, and we're able to experience this product firsthand. And in that application, we really only had it mounted maybe 8 or 10 feet or something like that. And you could really just feel how comfortable it was to stand beneath this luminaire. So even imagine if we were at different heights, really what this product can do going up to some of those really high lumen outputs. So talking about putting this in real life applications and thinking about what the difference is, why this product is really such a game changer. So in comparison to some other pixelated sources that are out there, you can't even really look at the luminaire. You will lose the overall design of the product entirely. With Pelican, you're still able to see the beauty and the overall design of the product itself because it is so comfortable to stand underneath. So whether we're talking, forward throw, asymmetric distribution, symmetric distribution, we are able with this product to get the light exactly where we need it, enhance those nighttime experiences. But I think another key point about this fixture is when you have uniform illumination, it gives the sense of security and safety in the space. We don't have any dark corners, dark areas, because we have such a beautiful distribution with this technology. So a little bit more about the lens itself. So looking at this, we have 18 by 24 inch and really kind of able to create a very gradual and smooth illumination within the product itself, regardless of which distribution you choose to be selecting. And bringing that into applications, maybe it's 2 separate walkways, a bike pathway, and then a walkway, and kind of how a dual head fixture and a single head fixture really could work together in making a really beautiful, smooth application for our lighting design. So that lens, and let me just kind of skip over to this one, that lens that we are using is a PMMA acrylic, which stands for polymethyl methacrylic, and it's actually etched. So I don't know if you guys can see this on the slide here, but ever so small etching on the lens itself. And really just thinking about where the previous Pelican was to this Pelican, it is so different, but has the same essence to it, if you will. But this is something very unique to this product itself, and it really genuinely works wonders. So looking at the different distributions, so we have 5 different distributions ranging from 5,000 lumens all the way up to 18,000 lumens. So you'll see that these are not exactly labeled type 1, type 5, type 3. These are labeled different because they do have a little bit of variation, but hopefully with this offering, you are able to have your selections and allow that to accommodate whatever you are really looking to illuminate. So really nice distributions, and I will kind of share with you a further snippet I wanted to share from the cut sheet itself and look at those distributions that we are able to get with this product. So really nice range for us to choose from. And of course, if we wanted to kind of drop down lower, always have those dimming capabilities. So even kind of getting into some of the backlight, uplight, and glare with this product, I wanted to point out something and really bring it to your attention. Is something that we wanted to address with this product and how it compares to some of the other products that are out there on the market today. And I really hope that this diagram really drives home what Pelican is doing for us. So with Pelican, we have much lower luminance and over a larger fixture aperture, and we're getting more uniformity. So your perception of glare is going to be significantly less than what it would be if we had a smaller aperture with the same lumens and the same G rating. So G ratings, by the way, do not take into account the aperture size or uniformity of the luminance. So I think that's a very strong point. And when we are looking at some of the G ratings on some of these outputs, they're only 0.02% of the overall illumination output. It is so minor in the grand scheme of things, but you can really see the difference between a smaller aperture, larger aperture, and what we're able to do with our edge-lit technology and the lens that we are using right here with Pelican. And just kind of looking at just different ways that we can transform spaces with Pelican. Hopefully some of these renderings really give you a nice idea and sense of where we could use Pelican today. I know we're working on some really nice projects out there and where Pelican could really fit in. Maybe it is pole mount, or maybe it is going to be a wall mount application, or maybe it's going indoors. But I really wanted to kind of share with you some of these differences that we can use this product for, whether it's a large scale application or maybe it's kind of on a little bit more of a pedestrian level and we have a little bit lower lumen output. So really nice organic design. You do have your standard finishes from Luminis that we do offer, including your color matching, REL, and as well as marine grade that we can also incorporate with some of these finishes as well. So I will ask that if you would love to follow us on LinkedIn or other social medias, we put out a lot of great content and have some wonderful updates for you. I will ask that if you do have any questions, please go ahead and enter them into the chat, and we will be sure to follow up with you after the webinar does conclude. So with that, I really appreciate everyone's time. I see so many familiar names that were in attendance with us today. So thank you so much for your support of the Luminis brand, and thank you for being with me today. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it.